my wife's like, "You're fucking going over there this late?" Because I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
right?
You know what I mean, to go to work,
shit.
and she's like, "You're," because I'm in bed by 9:30.
Right.
Me too.
Yeah.
Started up.
It's
All right,
it's
so
running.
we're rolling.
It's running.
Let's
we're rolling?
Yeah, that's it.
All
We
right.
gotta have something cool.
Yeah. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Hustle and Speak podcast. Today we have Mike Lowwrrrryyyyyy with us, not the one from the movie, and I got my co-host with me.
Chris G, what's going on, guys?
Let's go.
What up? What up?
What's going on, man? How you been?
I'm doing good, man. Good.
Yeah.
Freaking working every day, grinding. It's a grind.
Hustle.
I
You
hear you.
gotta use the word
It's
hustle.
a hustle.
Hustle. It's a hustle.
It's
Hustle
a
and
hustle.
speak, right?
It's my hustle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I know you recently switched jobs and all. How's that been?
It's been great, man. It's been great. It's a new adventure for me because I haven't really done outside sales. I've been inside sales for
Right.
10 years. So it's definitely a different type of a sales environment. But I love it. I
Yeah.
get to meet new people every single day. Chop it up with. I've met so many cool people over the past 6 months and kind of built a lot of relationships with the clients that I'm kind of working with, and that's sales. That's all it is.
Constantly networking.
Constantly networking, building relationships with people, trusting them trusting you.
Yeah.
With their business, because that's
Right.
basically all I'm doing is for me. I said, for people that don't know me, I sell construction equipment and I do rental construction equipment.
Like Bobcats and stuff?
Bobcats. So it's funny. Bobcats. That's not what they call them. They're called skid steers.
Yeah, I knew that. I did know that. It's
So, like,
Most people call them Bobcats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bobcat
Oh, yeah.
was like the original thing. That's when it first came out. It was always Bobcats,
Yeah.
and then everybody kind of ran with it. But they're called skid steers.
Yeah.
I was always told I wasn't allowed to drive the Bobcat. When I was young, I was working in D.C. on a construction site with this guy that family knew. We're driving down there. He's like, just pick up all these bricks and move them to the other side of the thing. It was like a wall that kind of fell, but majority of the wall was still there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. And I back up and I just turn slightly, and the corner of the bucket hit that wall. The wall,
Jeez.
complete
Knocked it all
wall,
down?
fell into the fence of an actual yard. Like, it's right in Bladensburg.
Okay, that's
And
where I'm at.
So where the McDonald's and all that is, there's a bunch
Yeah.
of houses right across the street that they're now businesses.
Uh-huh.
In the wall, like, it crushed the people's trash cans. They were like,
Oh my god.
I think that was the only time I've ever I have not used a Bobcat since.
Oh, dude, I love operating.
I
equipment.
destroy stuff.
I used to do that actually before sales and all. I was I ran like a paint shop, and I was like the guy that would always drive the equipment because I was nice with it.
Yeah,
Like,
forklift certified.
dude, I was smooth with it though.
That's awesome.
I had one when I first started driving. I remember I wanted, because I started there like when I was 17, right? And I was there for 10 years. But when I first started driving the forklift, I remember I was so hyped. I finally got forklift certified, and I got on the JCB, and we did sandblasting there. So we'd get super sacks, which is a super sack of sand. It's 3,500 pounds or something like that, right? So I had to get it out the back of an 18-wheeler trailer, and I pull it out, and we have to take the super sacks, and we got to empty them into this big metal
Like a bin
container,
Yeah,
right?
bin.
And then that's how we take the sand into the sheds and empty it and
that's
all.
cool.
Well, like, something was in the way, so I start booming out. You know what that is?
Yeah, I
I'm
do know
booming
that.
out. I'm booming out all the way. And the older guys, they already knew it was going to happen. They set me up. They're like, yep, keep on coming, keep on coming.
Tipped
And
right
I'm
down.
up, dude. And then next thing you know, the whole thing's like this. And I'm like, what'd I do? Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Dude, they were cracking up, bro.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
So what other things? What, like, obviously I know you're not just skid rows.
Skid steers.
Skid rows. So what other type of equipment?
Excavators,
Nice.
boom lifts, scissor lifts, trench rollers. I mean, you kind of name it, we have it.
Yeah,
nice.
We're a huge construction company. They started out in Louisiana. We have 140 locations nationwide.
Nice.
We're coast to coast. They just opened a new store in Frederick that'll be open.
What's the name of it?
It's called H&E Equipment
H&E, okay.
Rentals.
Okay.
So they actually just switched the name. So it was H&E Equipment, and then everybody would go to hey, your H&E Equipment. What kind of equipment do you sell?
Right.
Well, technically,
we rent it.
We basically rent it. So they
Right.
actually just changed the name recently and rebranded to H&E Rentals.
Makes
Nice.
sense.
We do sell equipment too, but it's
rent more than we sell.
rent more than we sell.
What
Yeah.
color is y'all's like equipment?
We don't have a color. We're not like the Sun Belt.
Sunbelt,
Like
or-
everything's green, Sun
Yeah.
Belt. We don't have a color, so whatever our machines are, that's what color. We have
just buy
stickers on the
machines.
side. We
Yeah.
slap the stickers on, and we're good to go.
They're being cheap.
You're more for the yeah, it's for the people though. That's honestly the one I want. Like I'd rather go like to the Home Depot and rent a something quick and cheap.
Yeah.
I'm looking. It has to be work, but I want it to be cheap.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we're more commercial, so we're renting to the commercial guys. We're not renting to. We rent to the happy homeowner. I've rented some stuff to some guys
absolutely.
like that. But that's not kind of our bread and butter. Our bread and butter is the commercial guys.
Right, absolutely.
I did rent to a guy just recently who had no idea how to operate the machine. Like he was a happy homeowner. He wanted to do some stuff in his backyard. He's like, I got this concrete pad. I need to smash it up. Can you get me an excavator? I need a hammer. I need this. I'm like, yeah, dude, I got you. I can get it all day.
Yeah.
And then he's calling our branch like, I don't know how to operate this. Can you help us out? I'm like, dude, we don't help you out with.
We don't do classes on how to drive this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like you gotta figure it out.
Call your buddies. Hit up if you type on Facebook nowadays,
YouTube,
like who knows how to drive an excavator? Someone would be. You would find somebody on.
You
your
definitely
list.
had to do your checklist on that one when it came back.
Yeah.
This scratch wasn't there. That wasn't there.
we helped him out. We helped him out the best we could with like trying to help him out to operate it because obviously he's spending money with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want him to rent it another day.
He's a
Give him
customer.
a day to wait though.
We want to make sure that we're taking care of him the best way that we can. But so we helped him out. Hey, listen, this is how you operate the machine, and he was happy. He was a cool dude. Like I talked to him. He actually lived in Cape Coral. He was like, if you're ever down in Fort Myers area, we own this pizza shop, and we were actually down in Florida that week. And I was like, nah, we're not going to be in Fort Myers. But he's like, we own this pizza shop down there. Go check it out. I was like, all right.
My wife's grandparents live out there in Fort Myers. What's the name of the shop? Did he tell you?
I don't remember what the shop was called. It was some kind of family name.
Right. Probably some good ass pizza.
I'm sure. All those
brick oven.
Oh, dude, it's always the best when it's the mom
Dave
and pop
Portnoy's
shops.
down there reviewing it.
Yeah.
Giving it a 7.9. 7.9 to 8.2.
Dude, he's harsh on his reviews,
He
dude.
is harsh. He's very harsh.
Super
But
harsh.
though, I respect it because he gets a specific type of pizza. So like he gets cheese pizza. He likes the crispy crust. What he likes may not be what we like.
Yeah, it's all opinion based.
He would probably hate Lido's.
Yeah.
But
God,
Lido's
I love
pizza
Lido's.
is like top.
I
I think it's top 5 pizza I've had in my life.
Yeah,
so
it's
have you
pretty
heard
good.
that Lido's actually they're making their pizzas and selling them at Giant?
They do, yes. So they've been doing it in other areas because I do the contract for Giant Foods.
Yeah.
So certain ones that had Lido's close, I did see them in there, and
No
I guess
way.
they were like testing it, and they've gone to all of them. Because they got rid of the salad bars. Have you noticed there's no salad bars in grocery stores anymore?
I mean,
And-
who's really doing salad bar?
I mean, when I'm doing well, I do. When I'm eating good, I hit the salad bar, but that's only for like a few months every few years.
So I used to work at a grocery store too. I used to actually do lunch meat. I used to sell lunch meat. And,
Horse head?
I worked at Giant.
That's awesome.
The salad bars, no one would ever use them, and all the food would just go bad. So they
Really?
would end up having to throw it out. They would
makes
package
sense.
it up for the next day, and I guess that's probably the reason they got rid of them.
Right.
I mean, it makes sense.
They now have like paninis and stuff in these grocery, like legit, like sandwiches and stuff they make, and it's cheap.
People don't want to sit there and make a salad.
Right.
You know what I
It
mean?
does. It's a
It
lot.
takes
It
time,
does.
and then people just want to grab food and go.
That's it.
That's me personally. That's how I like to do it.
That's how I've gotten with Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A has gotten so easy now that I have my order saved, and I know that I'm going there. I click, and whichever one, it literally will pop up the closest Chick-fil-A, and I just drive to it. I pull right through the drive-through, come around. Some of them have like a lane just for mobile orders now.
They got it.
Convenience is
Dude,
such a key.
If I can get my salad and go sit in the parking lot, eat it in 2-3 minutes, and hit the road again, I'm back making money. Like,
Right.
That's me, and like I don't like when I drive, for my job, I don't stop and get lunch.
Yeah.
I have something in my truck. I'll eat a protein bar.
that's me.
Because I mean, for me, it's as many stops as I can possibly make,
Yeah.
as many people as I can possibly talk to, and that's the
Right.
sales game. As many people as you can talk to, is the more business you're going to get.
Yep.
So that's what I try to do. I try to make as many stops as I possibly can. I see something, I stop. I see something, I stop. Hey, I got to go talk to this customer. I'm just on the go.
Yeah.
Go. That's just me though. I mean, not everybody's like that.
Right,
You
right.
got to kind of have that grind and hustle in you
100%.
to get it done. And I've learned that. I've been in sales my whole life. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Best job in the world.
Best. It is. It really is.
You know what's funny? Yeah, of all these years, everyone keeps telling me like, "Oh, you'd be great in sales."
I was getting ready to say,
I've
dude.
I've never sold anything legal. You know what I mean? Like, it just was never.
You would be though, for sure, because just because you have a personality, I don't even know what I said. Personality.
Yeah.
And you can, connect with people, talk to
I don't
anybody.
get uncomfortable, like, and I think that's like a lot to do with my job. Instead of the sales, my job is like, I go into these delis and it's this 65-year-old woman that's been working at Giant for 30 plus years, and she's just like, she has no help. She's in there just grinding, making all the salad, all the salads you see, she's back there making them. This is before they even open the deli,
right?
And they give her no help, and I'm like her therapist. We're just talking back and forth,
talking shit about everybody.
Like, dude, like Giant fucking does y'all
Fuck
dirty.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Fuck Barbara.
Dude. Oh man, it's always some good stories, but like,
dude, I got some crazy stories when I used to work at the deli.
You got any crazy stories from sales so far, like with your new job, or?
I mean, not crazy yet. I mean, I've talked to some crazy people. Like, this is what like, boggles me is how rude people can be in sales.
God.
Like, for me, I'm just out there trying to get some information.
Right.
Hey, can you help me out? Like, listen, I'm new to this. Can you? Like, and I'm just trying to get some help. And people are just like assholes. And
you're talking about like other sales guys?
Not other sales guys. So what I do is like when I'll have to walk a job site, and I typically, when you go walk a job site, there's a job trailer, and that's typically where the guys are that make the decisions, or the person that runs the job in general. And my job is to basically go in there and talk to the general contractor and see if I can get, what's called a sub list. So I want to know who's on that job site, the subcontractor list, so I can go after the subcontractors, because those are the guys that are renting equipment. They're the guys that are going to need the stuff when they're there. And so my job is to go in there and talk to the GCs and say, hey, listen, I'm out here with H&E. My name's Mike. I'm just seeing if I can get some information from you. If you could just tell me who's out here, who's coming out here, what stage. Typically, for me, I need to know what stage of construction they're in.
Right.
If they're just pouring the concrete, hey, are the walls up? Are they doing the framing? So that way I know if, hey, there's framers coming out here. Hey, the roof's going on. I need to know who the roofers are. And some people are just assholes. Hey, man, I don't got, like, it's cool, like, if you don't have time for me. If you're busy, I totally get it. Everyone's busy. I get it. Just, hey, man, come back another time.
Yeah, but
just be nice.
Yeah, it's their boys hanging out in the office, like, eating and drinking. And
and then they're like, dude, we don't do that. Sorry, we're not going to give you any information. Have a good day. Like, and people are assholes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's not, like, for me personally, I've never been like that. I've always trying to help somebody. Because, I mean,
what if they are looking for a guy that does need equipment? Like, what if those contractors, what if their contractor's like, man, I could really use a guy that has an excavator.
Right.
And they just pushed you away for no reason.
So, I mean, that's like the biggest struggle in my job. I haven't ran into anything crazy. Like my last job was crazy. So I used to work and do real estate leads. And I sold real estate leads across the whole country. Now the office setting and what we sold, that got a little crazy. Like I would talk to people on the phone. I talked to this one guy. And I always tell this story to kind of everybody. I talked to this one guy, and everybody in real estate, like, we use the country accent, because everyone in real estate is just like, you just talk to everybody, they're so country. And he's like, man, Mike, I'm out here working on this tractor. You're going to have to call me back tomorrow. I got oil going everywhere. I'm like, all right, dude, I'll call you back tomorrow. So I call him back to the next day, and he's like, Mike, I'm still under this goddamn tractor. I can't talk to you right now. I'm like, all right, dude, cool, whatever. But I always talk to people like, and that's the crazy shit in real estate. Like, you just talk to crazy people all day, and real estate's just nuts.
Oh yeah.
Did you do it with James Bowerman?
No, so he's a real estate agent.
Yeah, I knew, because I knew he's friends with Armin.
He's friends with Armin. So Armin's a real loan officer, and I did some loans with Armin. I
didn't know if y'all were all
officer.
Intertwined.
Nah, so I did the real estate leads for a long time, and sold real estate leads, and that's actually how I kind of connected with Armin. And then Armin actually asked me to be a loan officer with him, and then I started doing loans with Armin, and shit kind of got sideways with that whole business. And with the company that we were with, everybody kind of left. Armin went to a different company. He wanted me to come with him. He's like, dude, you're going to kill it. Just stick it out. Please come with me. Hang out. Like, do this. And I was like, dude, I can't. I got bills to pay. I got to go back to my old job and grind and sell real estate leads.
I got to hustle another way for a little
I got to figure it out. Like, I got to get my bills straight. And then I just never went back to doing loans, which I wish I kind of would have stuck it out, because there's some guys in there that make a lot of money.
Rates are awful right now. I'm sure it's hard to sell a loan.
Yeah, I'm sure.
There's not people begging for, like, when rates were at 3%, I was looking for stuff to buy. Like, I didn't need a new car. But when rates are 3%,
Yeah.
You go buy a new car.
You go buy a new car.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already paying a payment with 8%. Like,
Yeah. I mean, my mortgage is like 3.25.
so yeah, I got mine at I think it's under 3. I got it like 2.75 in 2020. I bought my house in 2020. I refinanced it in 2021, and like my payments dropped $400 a month, and like the rate was 2.5% drop. Like,
Yeah, and that's why people aren't selling their houses now.
now,
Right.
I mean, if you have a interest rate below 3 or even 3, and you're going to go buy a new house at 6.5, 7,
7, right.
you're paying an extra $1,000 to $1,500 on your mortgage.
Yeah.
And you're getting maybe a smaller house.
I paid
Right.
$1,400 for a $300,000 house
That's crazy.
a month. Like, that same house is costing over $2,200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
The real estate market's just crazy.
It
is with interest rates and stuff like that. But that's what I did before, and like I said, I sold real estate leads, and I mean, our office was like a crazy setting. I kind of worked for a scam. It was definitely a scam.
Wolf of Wall Street.
It was sort of borderline like that. I worked for a company that was similar to almost like a Zillow.
Right.
And what we did was we sold territories. Like, you would buy a specific county, and then you would purchase into that county, and you would supposedly have exclusive rights to that area. And then what we would do is we would actually resell those leads to a company that was under our umbrella. And then we would tell them it was a different company, and they would call them and say, hey, listen, we got these exclusive leads. You can handpick them, this, that, and the other. And then everything was just resold. Nothing was exclusive.
So you were making money off of just selling the data.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were just
Data
making money
selling.
off the selling the data, but it was just a scam because everyone just lied. It was just everything was a lie that
Yeah.
came out of the salesperson's mouth.
And now AI and the computers probably
Oh, gosh.
siphoning so many leads.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine how that is now. Like if a real estate company and
Yeah.
stuff like that did the AI and
Well, they
and
make
did this, that.
they make the site. So every site you go to, say you wanted to look at a house and you just typed in a mortgage calculator.
Yeah.
Before you can even use the calculator, you have to put your information in. Same thing like looking for a car. If I looked at a car when I was looking for cars when I bought mine, I went on like 2 sites, looked at 2 things. The next day, I had like 5, 6
so
dealerships
that's
calling me.
basically what happens.
Car
Is there's like a
gurus,
squeeze
yeah.
page. You have to fill
It's
out
like,
your
oh my
information, and
God.
then that's a
Yeah.
lead.
Yeah.
And then they're taking your information. They're selling it to somebody
Yep.
else, and then somebody's calling you the next day, like, "Oh, hey, Chris, saw that you
Like I said,
inquired
I
about
looked at
this
2
Ford
cars,
Explorer."
and like 7, 8 people called me. That
Oh,
was
yeah.
Dude, it's
every
nuts.
dealership in the county. I'm like, I looked at one down the street. Like,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Dude, your information
It's so
is
annoying,
sold,
too, dude.
resold, and it's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane, and the money that you can make by reselling people's information is astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we just have to get on the information selling train, boys.
right. Yeah. Gotta find out that.
I got access to parents' emails now that
Yeah.
I'm coaching.
All right. Let's see what we can do with that.
So you're no coaching no more.
Nope, I stepped back from coaching. I thought it was best for
Yeah, 100%, your situation.
For my situation. So my son he's outspoken.
Every kid does better when their parents not involved.
Exactly,
And like in life in general,
And
like not sports.
And I felt like I was doing him a disservice by being a coach and being there by his side, because he would kind of act out, hey, my dad's a coach, I can kind of do whatever I want.
Right.
And I've seen him with other coaches, and I've seen him with other sports. He doesn't act like that.
Yeah.
He played lacrosse, and he didn't act like that at all.
Yeah.
He's played basketball for other people. He didn't act like that at all. It was a little bit of basketball. A little bit in basketball. A little bit in basketball.
He's like, oh shit, Chris played with me.
Oh, 100%. So like Isaac is the same way. If I tell him to do a drill, he acts like I told him he was doing it completely wrong, and that he's
Right.
the worst kid that ever touched a football field. But you could tell him the same thing, which
And
you
he-
did, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm doing this wrong." Okay,
Yeah, right.
And the next one he'd come out,
always.
and you're just like, "Come on."
It's always like that with every kid.
With I say my son, but my son, he's very aggressive.
Yeah.
For the most part, and he wants to be the kid. He wants to be
Top
the guy.
dog.
He wants to
Yeah,
be.
that's the age. You should be.
He
That's-
wants to
that's
be that
healthy
guy
for him.
that's the best player out
Yeah.
there. Which I love it. I get it. And that's where like I have to step back and say, hey, listen, you want to be the top dog, you got to go out there and show it. It can't be me anymore.
I can't be propping you.
I can't be helping you out and saying, oh yeah, you're great, you're good. Let somebody else do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I want you to grow as a player. I want you to grow as a kid. I want you to have your own and be accountable for your actions. Like today, he was kind of sitting on the sideline. The coach asked him to kind of watch because they know he's kind of a position player. Like he can do running back, he can play quarterback, he can play wherever he wants. And the coach asked him, hey, listen, we're going to run this side of the offense tonight. I want you to just kind of watch and kind of see what's going on, take it in, because they know he's a really smart kid. Like especially when it comes to football, he's super smart.
Tell him what to do, he's going to do.
He knows everything. When it comes to to positions, to where he needs to be, to who he needs to, what he needs to do. And at the end of the practice, I said, hey, dude, why were you standing over there just sitting and watching? He's like, no, that's what the coach asked me to do. And I was like, well, I mean, what was going on? Was there an issue? He's like, no. I was like, well, why don't you ask the coach? Because he didn't really get it. He didn't understand really why he was standing there. And then the coach explained to him, hey, dude, I just want you to watch. I already know that you can do this. Hey, I just want you to watch.
I just want you to see our system and what you need to do so I can throw you in instead of having to go, hey, Beckett, I need you to do bop, 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 bop.
But I wasn't going to be an advocate for him and go talk to the coach for him. I was like, dude, you need to go talk to the coach, not me. Right. I'm not the one out there playing football. I'm not going to be your advocate anymore. This is the reason I step back and I'm sitting here on the sidelines.
It's
and
not Little League no more.
I get to watch. I get to watch. And it's actually it's much more enjoyable when you can actually just watch and you don't have to be that guy that's like, dude, what are you doing out there? Right, why are you not running? And it's actually been like, it's nice.
Better for you.
It's nice. I'm not stressed out about it. You know what I mean? I'm not like, oh God, what are we going to go through today?
Right,
you know what I mean?
So what was all the drama that was going on a couple months ago?
I don't think we should get into that. I don't know how many people listen to this in Pasadena. So right now, I was one of the most hated guys in Pasadena when we played for the Bucks. So I don't know.
See, worst part is
you got to tell the story.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I'm still with the Bucks.
It was just
for sure.
Like
short and sweet.
The kids were being kids,
right?
And I felt like the parents were getting involved in the kids being kids, and it turned into a little bit of fiasco where the parents were yelling at kids and coming onto the field, and
oh Lord,
we were getting threatened.
As
coaches, we were told like they were literally antagonizing us to fight. Yeah.
And I mean these are kids. These are 9 and
this was during flag.
9-year-old kids, and the sad part is they're all friends.
Yeah, right.
Like they all go to school together. They all play at recess together. They're all friends. They all know each other. So there's a lot of jawing going back and forth at these games.
Right.
With these kids because they all know each other. They all play Xbox together.
Right.
They all they're like I said, they're at recess together, playing football together, and they're all competitive kids for the most part. And so when they get out there and they start playing, there's a lot of jawing going back and forth. And I guess the parents don't know that they're friends. Yeah. And then the parents get, oh, why did that kid say this to my son? Why is he being aggressive to my son? And then I guess, it's their parents.
Right.
And that's why I say sometimes parents ruin sports.
Oh, parents have 100% ruined sports.
Parents literally ruin sports.
I'm smiling over here because I just thought of the podcast name.
What?
Most hated Bucks dad.
No, don't do it. No. Actually, well, he's a Patriot right now.
I'm a Patriot.
He'll be a Hurricane next year. I can't believe they changed the name. I mean, I get it; they had to, but like. So
when we had like a little powwow before the season started, and they kind of explained to why they did it.
Yeah, the Chargers. I knew it was either that or fold, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Like, I guess they had a few. Teams that had enough players, but I guess there was some.
It wasn't enough to keep
some teams, and I heard something about the fields. They weren't going to be able to use the fields or something.
That sucks.
I just
lost
heard
leasing for fields or something.
I don't know. Like I said, that's just kind of rumor. I don't know.
Do you see all these Lakeshore kids coming to Pasadena baseball recently? Like a ton.
No.
Supposedly they've been cutting we know
for
like
this next year
5 or 6 people that's kids
for the fall.
Yeah, for the next season coming up, they were cutting they were just cutting kids we don't. So
they have the incredible amount of teams. Like they have enough at every age group where they have in house.
Yeah.
At Pasadena Baseball Club, we do co-op. So I didn't head coach last year in baseball, and it was the first time I hadn't coached. But it's funny because I end up being friends with Joey and Michelle Lowry. I don't. You ever met him, Joey? He's like real buff, shorter guy. Never wears sleeves. No, him and Michelle. They did baseball for Pasadena. They're great. They are, but they moved to
Lakeshore.
No, they went to. They moved to over by LSU in Baton Rouge.
Oh wow.
She retired, and then they took the kids, and I talked to him. Actually, I talked to Joey today.
Oh, is that the guy with the purple golf cart?
Yes.
With the good ass
Yes.
kid?
Dude,
did they move already?
Yeah, they moved.
Nice.
They moved to Baton Rouge, and I talked to him today.
Wow.
He said that baseball is huge there. He said it's going to be so great for their boys. So they have a kid that's on the team. Our kid,
Incredible.
He's 6 years old,
and
he could hit home runs out of the fields.
Dude,
wow,
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, so he played on our 8U or 9U baseball. I don't know. I can't remember if it was 8U or 9U. I think it was 9U. Kid pitch, and he was probably top 2 or 3 on the team.
That's awesome.
Unreal. 6 years old. Unreal.
That's cool.
So they moved there, and they're gonna. He said, dude. He's like, I'm so excited for the opportunity, that the kids are gonna have there.
I feel like Lakeshore, they're big. Baseball's big there.
It is
real big.
And they have a few different travel teams.
Serious,
they have nice fields. They run it nice.
When we played Pasadena, played Lakeshore, we wasn't at that game. We was out of town. But some of the other parents were telling us that they were getting mad because behind the pitch plate.
Yeah.
One of our team's chairs was crossed over the line. They're like, they need to move their chair. Their chair's over the line. They can't be on this side. This is ridiculous. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? I was like, thank God I wasn't there because I would have said something.
And the crappy part is it's not even just Lakeshore. It's all parents. The parents are in the feud more. There's no more referees. Nobody wants to ump.
Nobody.
Would you want to ump a baseball game nowadays?
No.
You call a ball a strike a ball, you become a villain.
An enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it where parents have threatened the ump to fight them after the game.
Yeah.
Oh, good
And
Lord.
this is an 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old game. Listen, everyone's human. Everyone's going to make mistakes. And you can even as an ump, you can admit, hey, listen, I'm sorry. I'm new here. Whatever. No one's getting scholarships at these rec baseball games. Everyone's out there to kind of learn. So, I mean, I get it. It's competitive at the same time. But, you got to understand. They're just kids.
Yeah. So how many times a week does somebody say Mike Lowwrrrryyyy?
Oh my God!
Mike Lowwrrrryyyy.
I use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I would.
You know what I
100%.
mean? So when I have my business cards and I'll hand out my business cards, hey, my name's Mike, and everyone knows Mike.
Yeah.
Mike is the most common white person name ever.
Right.
So I give them my card and I'm like, hey, my name's Mike. You'll never forget my name. And they're like, what do you mean? What's your name? And I'm like, look at the card. And they're like, Mike Lowwrrrryy. I was like, yeah, Bad Boys. I'm sure you've seen the new one.
I was going to say, I don't know if it, for the listeners
Mike
that have
Lowwrrry.
not seen Bad Boys 2, and the new Bad Boys, Will Smith is Mike Lowwrrrry.
Yeah.
And then
Dude,
Martin
it was such a
Lawrence
good
plays
movie.
Mike Lowwrrry in the first one. They kind of flip-flop. That's the whole point of the very first
really?
one. So the very
I didn't
first
know
one,
that.
Will Smith is Mike Lowwrrry, but then Martin Lawrence plays Mike Lowwrrry because he has the girl that goes to his house and he's trying to be Mike Lowwrrry.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's the whole.
Yeah.
That's where the whole name gets
Mike
gets
Lowwrrry.
big. He's like, I'm
Right.
Mike Lowwrrry.
Right,
So
right.
So I use it to my advantage.
Yeah,
They'll be
absolutely.
like, oh, Mike Lowwrrry. Oh yeah, Bad Boy. Yeah, I know. Then they remember me. They're like, oh, that's Mike Lowwrrry. I'm like, yeah, it's me. What's
Yeah.
up, man? What's up, man? How's it going?
I got
That's
something. My last name is Durst, so Fred Durst.
Fred
Limp
Durst.
Bizkit. All the time, people are like, "You related to Fred Durst?" I'm like, "Yeah, Uncle Fred." And they're like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "We don't talk much anymore." They're like, "Why?" I was like, "Well, we stopped inviting him to the family reunion." It's like, "Why?" I said, "He just likes to break shit."
He fucking got me Saturday.
Some people get it. Some
Yeah.
people don't.
So
I get it.
We were on our way
That's great.
we went to Blink-182 on Saturday, and
Yeah, how was that?
it was a
good.
great
Was
show.
it good?
Yeah.
So we were
Really good.
we were the second to last row
Alright.
in Capitol Arena, but we were straight on, and the row behind us was empty, so we just jumped up and we had our own
Dude, it was
space.
great.
We were, they didn't even search us. I brought a bunch of liquor in there.
I can only imagine.
He's sharing his vape with people and shit.
Dude, we were partying, dude. It was a concert. Like,
Yeah.
That's a
I
first.
did.
fun.
We
That's
stopped.
fun.
So we stopped at. I took Chris into his first dispensary.
Okay.
Dude, it was bougie.
It
as
was.
fuck.
It
Which one'd you go into?
It was right there, right off New York Avenue. I don't even remember the name of it,
Dude.
but it was like really fancy. And he knows no dispensary rules, so he goes in. He's like, "What the fuck did you just bring me into?" I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, I know exactly what I want. Like,
Yeah.
da, da, da. He pulls out his cell phone and he's like recording. Like, look where Chris brought me to. Like, da 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 da. I'm like, we're walking. He starts to take me back. I'm like, dude, you can't record in here. And he's like, he thinks I'm fucking with him. And then, like, they stop us, and they're like, no, but for real, you have to stop
guy's
recording.
Like, you can't record. I was like, yeah, okay. And he's like, no, seriously. I was like, for real?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Well, then we walk in, and it's because they have, like...
Dude, they got a full menu. They got freaking everything in these glass displays.
Yeah,
They have little buds in glass containers on a pedestal.
It was
like,
very
dude,
fancy. It was definitely the fanciest
like,
one I've ever been into.
You're going to smoke this. It doesn't got to be this fancy. Like, come on, it's
All
crazy.
I wanted to go in was to just get a vape. Like a cheap,
Yeah, like a
cheap
cart.
vape. I'm thinking, all right, cool, I'm going to spend $40.
Yeah.
Nah, we only have 2 gram carts at
Holy
$120.
shit.
127.
Yeah, and then they were like, oh, you're not using cash, you're using another 5%. So it ended up being like $135.
They saw him come.
They got
God.
me. No, it's not just me. It's just it was the like I said. It was the store. It was.
Okay.
Listen, they had security when you walked in.
No,
and
they all did.
I had to check my drink in. The guy's like, you can't take your drink back there. I was like,
What?
what?
He didn't stop me though. I had a drink.
He
there.
made me check my fucking drink in. I was like, dude, are you fucking kidding me?
I was
Like,
doing-
I haven't been in anything that.
I was doing shots in front of the building with my 20. He saw me do a shot, come in, and I put the 20 ounce in my pocket. He didn't stop me.
Yeah, I've never been in something like that. Like,
Dude, it was-
fancy. I know Gold Leaf has security.
Gold Leaf is well, so their security, like none of their security, or like they just got the dudes in the suit. Like
Yeah.
Gold Leaf is like the Chick-fil-A of dispensaries, though. You would like that.
yeah.
It's like not as fancy.
Dude, what the fuck's that supposed to mean?
Well, so like
He's
no,
like,
no,
you
no.
would like that.
No. Like what I meant is like it's like Chick-fil-A. It's like convenient. You're in and out.
Right.
Like that dude was like trying to be my
Dude,
friend.
he wanted his email. He wanted his phone
wanted
number.
it was a
social
lot.
security.
He was asking me all kinds of questions. Like it was a little much. When I go to Gold Leaf, I literally give.
Had to send him a QR code to his phone, a link to his phone to click.
Yeah,
and
What?
Give him the code. I was
was
like, dude, you just gave him all your information. That's what you did.
They got it
Like,
resold.
Yeah,
Well,
it got
they used my once you scan my
No,
card.
exactly.
Once you scan my card, it automatically does that. But he like Gold Leaf, you go in, you give they hire only hot chicks and
That's what I hear. I've never been
and
there.
dudes that look like models. Aeropostale models that used to have their shirts off, they now work at Gold Leaf. So they're good. They're not unemployed anymore.
I've never been in Gold Leaf, but I do know they have
They
security,
wear-
and I do know that the
suits.
girls there are very good looking.
They all wear tight black dresses and they all wear black suits. Like
Right.
it's nice. You walk they like pump scent into the air. They got like cucumber water, like
So it's like Vegas, where they want you to spend more money.
they
Right.
have cool stuff on the outside, but their stuff wasn't like their stuff's more like cool looking stuff, like Transformer bong that's $30,000. You're like,
Hey,
that's awesome.
This was the first. I've never been in I've never been in a weed dispensary. Period. But
Yeah.
I've never thought that you would go into a weed dispensary and you'd have a actual sales guy with the sales presentation.
Yeah.
Well, this is our good bud right here. This has this many grams of THC and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, dude, you fucking kidding me?
He was a little much.
It
So
was
a lot of
crazy.
so most of them, when you go in, you go up. You know, you give them your license, they scan you in, and then they just go to the counter and like, is there anything you're interested in? What are you
Right.
looking for? You want flour? You want? There's so many different ways to do it, but they just steer you in a direction. This, like you said, this guy was like, we can get you the finest
Oh
of
my
the finest,
gosh.
and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to a concert in like 5 minutes. I just need something that's not going to set me off at the gate. Like,
Yeah. Like, hey, I'm gonna stop you there.
He's
I'm
like,
looking for the
yeah, that's
cheapest.
exactly. I literally stopped. I was like, dude, save your pitch. We got to get out of here. I need
Yeah.
the cheapest vape I can buy. He was like,
Which me,
2
I
grams.
love that.
Yeah,
In
and it was like, we
sales,
got
I love
2
that.
gram
Save me my
slammers.
time.
Save
I'm
me
like-
exactly. Save me my time. If you already know what you want, that's the best customer.
Yes.
To
Right.
me, like
Yes.
if you already know exactly what you want, you already know exactly
Oh,
what you
100%.
need.
I'm a sales shopper.
Oh,
I go on
please.
Weed Maps every day and look for
I
the
was
cheapest
on an
amount.
estimate today, and of course you're always gonna get them people that are trying to install something for nothing, right? They
Right.
ain't making no money. They're installing a non-name brand pool, and he's like, "Hey, I want this pool," which the pool he picked alone from the beginning, which we sent our price sheet and all that out before we even get there, so I don't know
Yeah.
how I didn't know the price.
Yeah.
But it's $98,000 for just the pool shell with 3 foot of concrete. You know,
Gotcha.
the base package,
Yeah.
right? But this dude's yard was on a slope. needs retaining wall, wanted a fire pit, wanted extra concrete, wanted lights, wanted salt water, wanted this,
180
and we're
later.
talking and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah. I was like, so I was like, where are you trying to be budget wise? He's like, I'm hoping to be around 77,000. I said 77,000. I was like, dude, let me put it to you this way. I was like, you're well over 100. And he's like, I'm gonna stop you right there. Then I said, it was great to meet you. I was like, I appreciate you. You know what I mean?
Like there's nothing you can do to sell that.
And we sat there and we chit chatted for a little bit and cut it up. And he was in a similar kind of sale, car sale or parts sales and whatnot.
Okay.
So we were talking. I was like, yeah, dude. I was like, hey, I appreciate it. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. He's like, oh, I got this guy that can do it for 80,000 with this side with a 16 by something pool and this and this and that. And I was like, hey, look, if you want to go with a low quality pool and spend 80 grand, by all means. I said, I understand. I was like, if you decide you want to spend a little bit more money for something's going to last, it was made here in the United States with a 35-year warranty, give me a call. Just to leave him, keep it in his head like, hey, you're buying a pool that's an off-brand pool. It's an off-brand pool. It's a non-name brand. It doesn't have a warranty, right? So, like, that's up to you.
Yeah, when I got my pool, and now that I see the prices now, the prices are crazy. So, like, I paid, like, $88 for my pool. And 2-3 years before that, I would have paid half that price.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Half that price.
And 2-3 years after that, you would have paid almost double.
Almost double.
Yeah, your pool's legit. I've seen pictures.
Sure.
When I came by there,
your pool looks badass.
Yeah, that's
I like
cool.
it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
The kids
bought
love
it a good time.
I did. Sure.
My buddy Ray, he's got a badass pool too, and he bought it, before COVID and all that, and he spent like, I want to say 50 grand.
Did you set up that one outside?
Did I what?
Your pool? Did you set that one up outside?
Did I set it up?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You have to pay somebody to come do it?
So that one?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I thought about doing it. I want to get one like that.
They're a pain in the ass.
They are. They really are.
I thought about when we was redoing the whole yard and all, thank God I didn't take it down because I was going to take it down because we was going to do an in-ground pool back here. I had the permits and everything ready. But I didn't like the interest rates and all, and I'm like, we're not going to be here for maybe a couple more years.
Yeah.
So for me to spend all this money, it doesn't make sense. So we decided to turf it and all. Thank God I didn't take it down, but I did take the liner out of it and it was ready to come down. And then I go to fill the pool back up after I decided we're keeping it, and I got a hole in the liner. So I filled the whole thing up. The next day, I'm on my way home from work. My wife said, "Why'd you drain the pool?" I was like, "Yeah, real funny." She's like, "No, I'm serious. The pool's drained." I was like, "No, it was
empty.
Not. Empty, completely empty." I got home and I'm like, "What the fuck?
You stole our water,
dude!" So I get in there, I find this little freaking pinhole, patch it, right, and then I fill it up again.
And you didn't get it. There's another one.
Then I come out the next day and it's dropped about 1.5 feet. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I had to patch it again. So next year I'm going to replace the whole liner. Nice. But I was like, I'm already too deep in now. I'm not going to drain it and fill it up again and again. Like, it's 8,000 gallons of water already. You know
we had that real bad storm the other night. And I have these like pots outside of my house, or outside of my pool, and I put like these fake plants in them. They look real nice.
Yeah.
And I filled up the bottom of the pots with like pebble rocks, so they're super heavy. And then I put mulch all around the top, so it kind of looks like a real plant. It's a fake plant. It's real tall. Yeah. And the other night we had that storm, and it literally rolled into my pool. Oh, I have mulch everywhere.
Dude,
everywhere.
That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Dude.
Everywhere. So I skimmed it all out. I got in the pool yesterday, climbed down in there, and it was like 70. Like, it had filled with water. It has rocks in it. Oh, it was like 70 pounds pulling it out of the pool.
Luckily, the glass didn't like break in there. That would have been a freaking disaster.
It's plastic. I got it from.
But it was just full of rocks.
Yeah, it's full of pebble rocks. Like, I mean, it's almost
water.
Filled with.
Did the pebble rocks fall into
No,
the pool?
none of the pebble rocks. It landed on its side. None of the pebble rocks fell out.
That's awesome.
Nice.
But now it's heavy. You kind of want to like pour some out a little bit at a time.
I was struggling.
Yeah.
I was struggling. I'm inside the pool trying to get it all out.
Was it in the deep end?
No, it was in the shallow end.
Could you imagine? You're like,
oh, if it was in the deep end,
your wife's
I would
up
have
top, probably watching, like, come on, get that shit out of there.
She was. I went out there by myself, so nobody saw me.
Yeah.
I was struggling to get that thing out of the pool. It was awful. That's awful. Funny. But for your backyard, I mean, you have the turf. How do you like that?
I love it, dude.
You have no grass to mow.
best thing I ever did.
How awesome is that?
It's great. I'm gonna do the front yard soon here.
And it looks good. Like
it doesn't look bad.
It doesn't look like fake grass.
It
looks like real grass. It's pretty impressive.
It ain't the Costco shit.
No.
It's definitely with the
Hey, but don't knock my Costco ever again.
Yeah,
I love Costco.
I'm gonna need
Dude,
you to not ever disrespect Costco
I
like
love
that ever
Costco.
again.
I'll tell you what, we have all of them. We have BJ's, Sam's Club, and Costco.
I got Sam's and Costco.
Sam's
I have
Club
bunch
is
of
great for
Costco.
food and stuff.
They have the brands. They're
Costco-
Walmart brands, so they have
Costco's-
like the name. They have more name brand products than the others.
Right. Costco's good for like
Kirkland brand.
electronics,
Batteries.
outdoor stuff,
Yeah.
like for sure all day. They got a badass
TVs.
selection.
You know, if you buy a TV from Costco, it comes with a 3-year warranty.
Oh, I did not
You
know
don't
that.
have to pay the $200-$300 more.
No shit.
Comes with it. That's one of the Costco things.
I wish I
That's
knew
sweet.
that. I just had to buy another 75-inch.
And-
Ours went out of nowhere.
What?
It worked great, and then one day we come in, it's black screen. I'm like,
So-
you fucking kidding me?
Do you still have it?
No, we threw it away.
You just threw it out?
Yeah.
You didn't even have somebody look at it?
No.
My dad fixes TVs.
Stop!
That's his hustle. That's his dad's hustle.
That's my dad's.
I
Like
feel
my
like you
dad's
told
hustle
me
a
that
little bit.
before, too.
He works for B Genie Home. And
Motherfucker.
so like he'll go out to customers' houses and stuff like that when they'll call him, hey, my TV's broken.
Yeah.
And he'll go out and look at it. And 90% of the time it's like, hey, this is going to cost
Replace
too
it,
much
yeah.
money for
Yeah.
us to fix it for you. You're better off just because TVs
Yeah,
are so
so
cheap.
cheap now.
Sometimes
for
it's
sure.
a fuse, and
And what he'll do is he'll be like, oh, it's too much for you guys to fix it. They'll be like, all right, fine. And he'll take it home, fix it for nothing. And then he has a new 75-inch TV at his house.
Damn.
So when I was a kid growing up, my dad did that. That was his thing. So I had a TV, I had a DVD player, I had a surround sound in my
Nice.
room, and my friends would come over. They'd be like, "Dude, how do you have all this shit? Like, this is
That's
nice.
when TVs were like $7,000.
This
probably,
is
too.
nice shit." And I'm like, I don't know. My dad fixes. Like, I never knew like it was expensive stuff growing
right.
up.
He was
'cause
hustling
I always had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, I don't know. My dad just brings it home and he gives it to me and hooks it up in my room, and
Nice.
I have all this shit. So I had a TV. I had everything before anybody had it.
Yeah.
Like TVs, VCRs, DVD players. I had, like I said, I had these huge speakers. I had subwoofers.
the two speaker with the big system in the middle.
I had that.
Yeah.
I had that.
We all had one of those. Remember,
yeah.
in like the '90s, you'd had the one where the speakers could attach to it,
Yup.
and you could pop them free and
Yup.
put them like.
Yeah.
For sure.
Those were the days. Now kids have literally access to like. I remember when we were kids, to like put on music was a job.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to like find a way to play it. You'd have to have the cassette, CD,
Burn your CDs.
yeah, like whatever it
Dude, we
was.
would burn some CD.
Literally,
LimeWire.
Yeah.
God, that was the shit.
Literally now you can literally say, "Hey Siri,
Play this
and
song."
play the song," and it'll start to play
Yeah.
on your phone. Oh shit, is it gonna play?
Yeah, I
on
was just looking because I thought it would, but
Alright.
it didn't. Probably because
Yeah.
it's
We
recording.
were kind of
recording
talking about
devices.
this today. Like when I was a kid growing up, there wasn't like you guys know, there was no cell phones.
Yeah.
No.
So like for me, like when I was playing in my like playing with my friends and stuff, I had to be in yelling distance. I don't know if
Right.
your
Yeah.
parents did
I
that
was
or
the same
not.
way.
So like I had to
Yep.
be in yelling distance. My dad or my mom would, mainly my dad, because my mom wouldn't come out and start screaming. But my dad
Right.
would come out on our back porch and he would yell for me to come home.
Yeah.
And I had to be in yelling distance. If I wasn't in yelling distance, I never heard him and I wouldn't come
Dude,
home.
things
Yeah.
are so different.
So
these
if you
days.
and I was thinking about it today, like could you imagine if somebody was on their back porch and they're screaming at the top of their lungs for their kid to come home? How crazy that would be!
yeah, they'd be like, this person's out of their mind.
They'd be calling the police on you, like,
100%.
dude, there's some crazy person out here screaming at their kids.
and
Oh
all
my
that.
gosh,
They'd be going there.
the Facebook pages would be lit.
Oh
All right,
my
so,
God.
So here's my question. Do you think that people are way too prematurely to call the police and like post about people on like social media pages and stuff?
Absolutely,
Way too quick, right?
yeah.
I don't know about calling the police so much. I don't really see the police around, at least where I live, too
Shit,
much.
I see him every week.
Yeah, I see the cops getting called for way too many dumb things.
Yeah.
But
Like
As far
way
as,
too
like-
many things that the cops should never have been called in that situation.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like
you were saying, like the ding dong ditching and stuff. I
Yeah.
see it all the time. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, as long as they're not fucking your shit up.
yeah, they kicked the door a little aggressive. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was like they were kids. They were
Yeah.
having fun.
Now,
Right.
granted, it did happen in my neighborhood just recently. The kids were ding dong ditching, but it was at 2 o'clock in the
Oh,
morning.
Yeah.
And I mean that's a little obsessive.
Yeah,
Like if it's at 9 o'clock
Yeah.
and you're ringing the doorbell and like running away, and I'm like, all right, cool.
And
All
it's-
right, don't do that.
and it's-
Haha.
They're doing it on a ring, so it's like you can answer and be like, "Please go away, just go." Like
So they posted it all over our Facebook page, showed the pictures of the kids, and they were older kids.
Yeah.
They were probably in their teenage years.
I think I seen this like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it was in my neighborhood. And it happened like 2 or 3 nights in a row.
Oh, okay. So it just got annoying.
Yeah.
It was more annoying than...
Especially a weeknight at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, like kicking the door, you gotta be careful, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Well, if you kick that door open,
who knows who's on the other side?
Right, exactly. Especially if it's happened 2 nights in a row. That third night, they might be waiting with a 12.
No, they weren't kicking doors. They were just ding dong ditching.
I mean, they were
our kids. They were little kids. They weren't kicking doors in, but they were like kicking the door instead of like knocking. They would kick it and run.
Right.
These kids were masked up, so you couldn't see their face.
I did see that.
His is different than.
And they were like, they would open the door and literally like pound on it as hard as they could, and then run away. And this was 2 o'clock in the morning.
They get you?
Nah, they didn't get me.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, that would. I'd probably be.
Pretty annoyed.
You know, grabbing it, running up the door, seeing what the hell. I'd probably be thinking somebody.
So some lady had put like
down the
trash cans all on her porch so the kids couldn't get up.
Oh my god!
Booby trap.
Yeah, I was
They got the booby
I was
trap.
like, that's gonna stop them.
Right,
You should have got them there.
done the what movie was that? Home Alone.
Yeah,
done
booby
some
traps.
Home Alone booby
Yeah.
traps. Yeah, some oil on the steps and marbles.
Don't cut this wire, but it really is live.
Right.
I see people. People kept getting their Trump flags and,
Taken.
Yeah, they put
and
that-
they like hooked it up to a battery.
seen that.
People are like,
I
seen
like
that.
Jesus.
That's funny.
People are crazy about Trump. I know you guys don't want to get political on this podcast.
we're not
I
political,
wouldn't
guys.
get. I'm not political at all.
Yeah.
I could care less.
Just politics in general. People get crazy.
Yeah.
Like
People get nuts.
if you don't agree and someone is very passionate about it,
You're not their friend anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
They're
You're not their friend.
On Facebook and all that.
So my wife's she's a big Trump supporter.
Yeah.
I could care less.
Yeah.
I don't follow politics.
Yeah.
And I feel like for me, if I don't follow it, I shouldn't have an opinion, and I
100%.
don't. And I don't have an opinion. I don't. And I think that's a lot of people. If they don't follow it enough, they shouldn't have an opinion. So like you could be so far left or so far right, but if you're not listening to both sides, how do you have an opinion on what you have? That's just my take on it. But my wife's a big Trump supporter, whatever. But she's had friends that have literally deleted her off of Facebook because she's a Trump supporter. I'm like, are you kidding me?
They're not friends.
Like they're not.
100%.
They're not friends. Like that's crazy to me. That's insane.
To
Like
be fair, though, we all have tons of people on our Facebook. Like, I think I have like 2,000 friends on Facebook. If I really went through the list, probably half of them aren't on there anymore. It's just people that we've met in a situation. It's like, oh, I'll add you on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then the other half is like people that I knew in high school. But
Yeah.
like, genuinely, I sometimes really don't care about most of them. I know it sounds
Right.
fucked up, but it's like the ones I mess with and I see out on a daily basis. But the others, like, every once in a while I like to see the feel good story on Facebook, but then other times I'm just like,
Right.
yeah, I have
Shut
like a
the
small
fuck
group of
up.
friends that I talk to on
Yeah.
a regular basis, and then that's really it. Like I have a group chat that my old coworkers that were in that I hang out with on a regular basis, and then I have like I play video games a lot,
Yeah.
so I play Call of Duty like
I bet my wife will beat you.
she's really good.
so. Highly doubt it, but
Oh,
we can run it.
We're gonna have to get you.
We can run it.
PS5 or what?
I play on Xbox.
Well, they cross.
Yeah, we can cross play.
Well,
we
get
can
the
run
gamer
it.
tag.
We'll stream it on my Twitch. I have a
Yeah.
Twitch account.
So
Chris Gonads, ChrisGonads. Chris
Okay.
Gonads, my Twitch.
So we I play almost every single night.
Yeah.
And
She's
I
playing right now.
and I play till like 2:00 in the morning on the weekends.
I
We
thought
have
you were
like
playing
our
tonight.
own-
I was like, didn't you say you got to be up at 5?
Nah, I'm not playing tonight. I'm not playing tonight. But we have our own Discord server, so I have a group chat, and I keep in touch with those guys. It's really cool. So one of the guys that we play with, he lives in Iowa. He came out on the 4th of July. And
nice.
first time I ever met him, super cool dude, like super cool. And he came out and hung out with us on the 4th of July, and it's like the first time I ever met him. And I gamed with him all night, like every
So
night.
did y'all make one of those corny videos where it's like the
No,
wife brought my
we
best
didn't.
friend from the video game?
No, we didn't make any corny
You ever
videos.
see that one? I was like, I finally met my friend that I've been playing with for all these years, and then they show a trash can.
I did. I actually saw one of those the other night. That was really funny. So we play with a group of guys in Boston, and we all are sports guys, so we all just sit there and talk
Yeah.
shit about sports all night. And
This is Call of Duty?
Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
Warzone or multiplayer?
Warzone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only play Warzone.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one where you drop in?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
she
yeah.
don't play that.
She plays multiplayer.
I just play Warzone. I
I
do
did-
play multiplayer if I'm
I
like
did
doing some
Warzone.
grinding or something like that. I want to get this new camo that just
Right,
came out
right.
or something like that. New gun came out, I got to grind it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I strictly play Warzone.
Yeah.
And we have a blast. We have
Pretty good,
so
Dude, I
much-
used to play.
Why don't you
I'm a-
stream yourself?
Okay, I'm not great. I'm
You get wins?
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
do you guys have exciting conversations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Might be worth twitching it.
We talk shit about each other. We play with a bunch of.
Those
It's
are-
a wild
that's,
time.
The group itself might be. You
we
never
have,
know.
we have
you
a
know?
blast. I have this one guy that we play with who's like, he's not racist, but he is. And he says a lot of racial slurs, and I'm
So
just
he's
like,
an older man.
he's an older guy and
Yeah.
the Boston guy.
Yeah.
It's just a great time.
Right,
we just
right.
fuck around.
That's cool. That's
Mike
cool. Everybody
likes
needs their
racist.
piece.
I
I'm just
don't-
kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's cool. It's
No,
like
for
it's a different group of. We have
100%.
the black guy that plays with us.
Yeah.
We have like a Mexican Korean guy that plays
Like he's
with
trying
us.
to save it now.
Yeah.
It's just, the podcast name is now Racist Mike, most
No,
hated
fuck.
podcast.
Jesus.
Mike Lowwrrrry. He has one black friend.
That's it. That is it. That is it.
But yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, God.
Just name it that. That's fine. We'll run with it. We'll
Nah,
run
I've
with
never
it.
heard any. Like, I've heard more N-words and racist comments on a Xbox server back in the day.
Oh my god, dude! Your mom's a whore, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, back in the day, it was crazy.
I don't know how many times I've been told I should have been swallowed.
Dude, so I haven't. So when I used to play back in the day, right when this is before we had kids and all, I was living at Caitlin's parents' house, and me and Kate would be on Call of Duty playing with our group of friends and whatnot, and we'd be talking shit. I'd be talking shit to people, and her dad was on night shift, so I'm thinking he's gone and shit, right? So he comes in and I didn't know, and I'm on there. I'm like, yeah, your mom's a bitch. She sucked my dick. And then he's like, really? He's like, that's what you say in my house, dude. I was
Oh my gosh, you're right, so embarrassed.
I was so embarrassed, and I was so like, oh man, I disappointed. Like, and I rode to work with him. Like we worked. Like the next day, I had to ride to because he was going. That's why he came home early,
let him
because he was
down, man.
switching shifts,
Thought
and I
you
was
were the
like,
sweet Chris.
dude, it was the awkwardest ride there, and I apologized.
You
I was like, yeah,
you just don't understand Xbox lobbies, Dad.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
So
I'll
what's,
never forget that. Though.
what's cool about the new Warzone? Well, I don't think it's cool, but you'll get chat banned if you say like certain
So
words.
I did find that out. Like I would talk shit to people
Dude,
when I kill them.
this freaking world's so fucking.
So
weird,
what we
dude.
what we
You can only be in a
did-
party. If you're not in a party chat, then you would.
Well, the new update that just came out is even if you're in your own party, you get chat banned. They can't hear you. You can't talk to your friends. So we started a Discord and we just play through Discord. So it doesn't matter what the fuck we say. It's one word you can't say, and you easily get chat banned.
the N word.
Nope,
What?
it's faggot.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you say faggot? And
Which
you're
is
immediately
crazy
chat
because
banned.
how many times did we say that as kids growing up?
Oh my god, that's what I was saying. Like, and that's what I say. Like that was a word we say
Because
all the time.
You used it as like lame. You
Right.
didn't really
You wouldn't
care.
use it as, like,
you wouldn't use it
you're
as like
gay.
a gay insult. Like you just be
It's
like
crazy,
you're lame.
dude.
We use it as like you're lame, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
it's crazy how we won't even say it, right? It's
Yeah.
like because realistically, anybody that was a '90s or before baby, whatever. Any one of them, if they become famous, they can get banned real quick because somebody finds that one video of them saying one of those words, they're done.
100%.
They're done.
Yeah.
They're
You're
done.
canceled.
You're canceled.
they go
Canceled.
back and look at tweets from like
Oh, dude, it's crazy.
2011.
Did you hear about Twitch?
Sketch?
Sketch Twitch.
Yeah,
Oh, Sketch.
Yeah, Sketch.
Yeah, the sketch thing was messed up. Luckily, people backed him. So he got caught. Apparently, someone found him. He was dressing up as like a trans
OnlyFans
Oh,
and had an OnlyFans, and I guess was doing stuff with dudes. I don't know the full.
You didn't hear about this?
So I didn't hear about it.
Yeah.
I heard
Dude, it's so-
I saw something about it, but I
People
didn't
were
read
like,
it.
"Whoa!" And then like he came out and he was like, "Look, that was me." He made some
Is that
jokes
what's up,
about
brother?
it. He was
That
like,
was me in the video.
I did not have sexual relations with that man. He's like, "Oh, maybe I did."
Yeah.
But he was cool about it. He like said, "Like, look, it was me. Like, I was in a bad time. I needed money, and
Okay.
But a lot of
Yeah,
people,
my cup of tea, but
a lot of people
Yeah.
are like, "Look, that's not your thing now." But it's like it makes you feel sad though because like, is that who he really is? It was the trans thing person? Not thing. Sorry, that came off wrong. Not thing. Person.
You don't got to worry about your shit anymore.
Yeah, now the trans community hates me. But I feel bad for him because like if that's who he felt comfortable as, and then like he had to be like, "Oh, I made a mistake." It's like, dude, that's not a mistake. If that's what you're into, that's what you're into.
He's trying to save it now.
No, for real. That's where I was going with it.
He's trying hard.
He is.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. Like, I feel bad that, like,
just stop.
You don't feel bad.
I do. I swear. Like I said, you could tell from that video he made. Like, he was like, he was crying. Like,
So they said he was like, you know, he's like, if I didn't have all the people reaching out to me, like, I forgot whose house he was at or whatever. He's like, I probably wouldn't be here right now. You know what I mean? So, which, I mean, dude, you go from being like the top streamer all of a sudden
everywhere, and then it's like
most liked person. Everybody,
he blew
what's
up
up, brother?
so
What's
big.
up, brother?
He was everywhere.
Everywhere.
He was at MLB games talking to NBA players. He was doing,
hanging out with CJ Stroud.
Like, are you CJ? Like, are you kidding me?
Huge
Like,
Texans fan. He's hanging out.
That's
with
like the freaking Hot Tua girl.
Oh,
that's
God,
ridiculous, dude.
It's insane. I
She
follow
made
her on
no
Instagram.
money.
I'm not gonna lie.
She made no money off all that.
Oh, she's making money now.
She is now, but
she just
like,
got paid. My wife was telling me $50,000 to be at somebody's party or something.
Yeah, but $50,000 ain't shit no more.
$50,000.
No,
Pay me
it is.
$50,000. I'll come to the party.
Hot Tua, yeah, I'll say it too. Shit.
Yeah.
She was just at I think a Morgan Wallen concert, something like that. Like, she's invited to all this shit now.
Yeah, she gets to do some fun, but
she's gonna die off.
yeah, 100%.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
already had.
It's
She already
gonna
has.
die.
I don't
She
see Hot
got
2 on
her
anymore.
2 weeks of fame.
Yeah.
And everyone knows who she is. I mean, she was hanging out with Shaq.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding me?
If she would have trademarked that shit right away, she'd be.
She was selling merch and everything else, though. I'm sure she
So-
got some kind of
No, other people were selling the merch, and she
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it. So she was all mad about
Did y'all
it.
see the video? It was a guy with a big beard and hair slicked back, and he was like, "I don't want my girl to do the Huck 2. I want my girl to do the Pac-Man. Waka 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 waka."
Yeah, I've seen that.
So that guy is from Pasadena too, and
No
that
shit.
yeah, I'm not. He went viral and
From Pasadena, Maryland?
You
know him?
Yeah, I went to school with his wife.
Let's get it.
All right.
Let's work it up.
Holly, we need your man. I don't know his name, but I
just
definitely seen it.
I just seen that one the other
Yeah,
day.
like I said, it was. And then I saw she posted it and was like, "My husband's going viral from a video," and she had the video. I was like, "I seen that video, and I didn't know it was your husband."
No
Like,
shit.
I haven't seen that one.
yeah, it's pretty funny. It's a
I
good
just
one.
seen it like last week.
And I've even seen people like use his voice in their own video. Like, they use his thing as a
And
sample.
it's crazy how you can get so famous
Go viral,
from
so
so
stupid
shit. The dumbest stuff.
The dumbest stuff.
Content every day. You have to do
Flip a
content every
Stanley
day.
cup upside down and it goes viral. Like
What?
Yeah, I was telling him, like, so he went viral with the cup, the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, because you had that one cup, and
Yeah.
if you flip it upside down, it doesn't leak, and you take the Stanley and it leaks. I saw that one. Yeah,
I know the guy whose car caught on fire and the Stanley Cup was good with ice. That
pretty wild.
viral video, that guy coached baseball with me the year before I met you.
Gosh,
Yep.
it's crazy. It's just crazy what you can get. You know,
Yeah.
kind of
Just
famous.
one
for.
little video.
it's the stuff you don't try on.
Yeah.
The stuff you try on never works.
He said they bought, Stanley bought him a car, replaced the car.
What?
And Ripley's, believe it or not, bought the cup for $1,000.
What?
Yeah.
I would have sold it to him more than $1,000.
Yeah.
He said it was like I said, it was like a 15 minutes of fame. You know, everything went back to normal. The cup was just sitting. They didn't really care about the cup. So
Shit.
$1,000. I mean,
Ripley's.
that's a
Come
weekend,
on, bro. You
yeah,
gotta
right.
Ripley's. We're gonna need you to.
We're gonna need you to step it up a little bit.
be like,
$1,000 for a Stanley Cup that survived a whole fire. We need more money.
Right. We're gonna need $3,000 because we got some counter offers. Definitely would have spiced it up a little bit.
Guinness World Book of Records kind of reached out, and they're
Yeah.
offering more money.
Yeah.
Come on, Ripley's. You guys are on the boardwalk in Ocean City. We need more money.
Well,
And we're gonna need season passes.
They're on the boardwalk. They're on the boardwalk of every major boardwalk. I think there's like one in like there's
they
Ripley,
gotta
believe it or
make it-
not, Jersey.
And it's expensive as shit to
Dude,
get in there.
it's
To
ridiculous.
it's like 30, what, 30, 40 bucks?
Yeah, probably more than that now.
I've been to Ocean City so many. I've never been in the Ripley's, believe it or not.
I've been in there once.
I've been in there once too.
Yeah.
I've never,
It's pretty
I've
It's
never been
cool
intrigued
for
to go
one
in there.
time,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Walking
One
through
and
that
done.
little thing where it spins
Dude, it's
around and it
trippy.
makes you like dizzy. And then the shadow thing where you can put your shadow on the
Yeah,
wall is
yeah.
cool.
All right, so maybe I have to check it out. I
Yeah,
thought
I mean,
it was
it's
just
cool.
like the display kind of dumb stuff they have like on the front.
That's
Hey, Ripley's
pretty
got a shout out. We're shouting you out. Come on.
Right,
Keep it up.
right,
Give us some
right.
season passes.
Just buy us some Thrashers next time we're in town.
At least get something out of it.
Right.
There used to be, I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been to Ocean City in a minute, but is the laser maze still there next to
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. To Ripley's?
Yeah, it's right next
I've
door.
done that before.
What is it?
I've
Like
done
you have
it
to like
too.
walk through the lasers.
Yeah, the lasers.
How
It's
long
a
ago has that been
mirror
there?
maze. It's a mirror maze.
It's how long? It's been there.
Forever?
For a long time. It's been there for a long time.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Ocean City in a few years, honestly. Heather's parents had a house.
So how do you guys hold on this? How do you guys feel about Ocean City?
I love
Ocean City.
I love it, but I hate it at the same time. So what I love about it is also what I hate. Like, I hate when I go to the boardwalk and there's like 10 million people and it's hot and then you're bumping into people. Like, I don't like it when it's overly crowded. But then I also don't like it when it's dead and off season because everything's closed.
I love Ocean City.
Yeah, so do I.
fucking love it. Like,
Yeah.
I will go there. I will walk up and down that boardwalk. I will people watch all day. I'll go to the beach. I'll go to all the little shops. I love it.
Yeah.
My wife hates it.
Because of the people, right?
Hates it.
'Cause all the
She's
people.
like, it's fucking dirty.
Well, that's because you took her to Siesta Key.
That's
Where'd you
true.
take her?
Yeah, like
Where was y'all just at?
Yeah, we were in Siesta Key.
Yeah, so you fucked up.
But I mean, I love Ocean City. I just love like that. I love the atmosphere, and maybe because I was like when I was a kid and I was like 21, I would go down there, fucking party and like just live it up like I was some kind of king. And then I think about those times when I'm down there. But I love it.
It's a good time. But like you was just saying, like I actually like going when it's starting to get to that off season because it's just like boardwalk's empty, Thrasher's still open, shops are still open.
So
you can walk the boardwalk and not get bumped into.
I mean, my fat ass. The food is definitely my favorite part of Ocean City. So I like.
Yeah.
There's a taco place up towards Fenwick Island that has.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't want to forget it. Have you ever tried the wrapper?
Yeah, the wrapper, dude. The wrapper,
best.
So my wife, like literally right now, if we were talking about food, she would have said the wrapper. I actually asked her if she got it. She was like, they went down there and they didn't go to the actual boardwalk.
So what's a wrapper?
Oh, dude.
It's like
a stuffed
it's an
pretzel.
Amish. It's like the Amish pretzel logs, but it's not pretzel. I don't think it's like dough, like pizza dough. That's the difference between. It's not pretzel.
Where do they have it at? Where do they sell it?
Right
on the boardwalk,
right next to like that
Polish water ice.
Yeah,
oh, that's the best too.
Yeah, that stuff's good too.
So I always go whenever I go there. I always go to Anthony Liquors and get
the subs
and get an Italian cold cut.
I've seen them.
I've never had one, but everybody
I
always
saw them on
says that.
TikTok just like 2 weeks ago.
So they're huge. They're huge.
Yeah.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
They're probably like $18 or $20 for a sub. But I mean, two people could eat it. But
100%.
they are phenomenal.
I'm gonna have to try
Phenomenal.
You ever been to John's Italian Deli over there in what is it, like north of Washington Heights? Over there off of what is it? Like going into the city, like Lansdowne. You pass like Lansdowne, where Pizza City and all that. What is it? Pizza Planet. You know where that Pizza Planet and Checkers is over there?
No idea.
No. It's like
Sorry, Chris.
it's right on the line of like Baltimore / like our
Lansdowne, that's not really my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it's their sub the same thing. It's massive and it's like good.
I'm a sucker for a good Italian cold cut.
Yeah, me too.
I am a sucker for a good Italian cold cut.
Lisa's Deli is the best.
Lisa's
good. It's
I've had
good.
Lisa's before. Yeah. They're good.
Like I said, I love Lisa. Lisa, you should definitely sponsor the podcast. I do work for Lisa. Lisa's great.
Shout out to
Don't
Lisa.
toast my bread that much.
Oh,
It's
dude,
too
that's the
toasted.
best part,
No, I like it.
dude.
I tell her all the time, like lightly toast it.
Dude, she has the best Italian cold cut.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It's the balsamic and all the stuff. You have to get it with everything. You
Can you
can't
get it with onions on it?
everything.
Oh, God, I love it.
Everything.
Chris is going to get Italian.
Dude,
Lisa,
I
can
want
you open
one.
up for Chris?
Yeah,
Please?
let's end this right now. You know.
Lisa.
Dude, it sounds so good. Well,
I'm sugar free till tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've been sugar free. I've been trying to cut
Okay.
down again. I leave from New Orleans I actually have to be at the airport at 7 a.m.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So you have to be there at 7?
I have to be at the airport at 7 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
7:30. I think I'm gonna get there at 7:30.
When we're done, I'm gonna grab you that gimbal and those mics if you want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, just the gimbal.
Oh, don't be a pussy. Grab
All
the
right,
mics
I'll mic
and
up.
interview people.
I'll mic up.
You're going to interview people in New Orleans?
Yeah, like
All
Bourbon
right.
Street.
Dude, that'd be cool. That'd
Play
be
the
some
clips
good
back on our
content.
thing.
See
yeah.
some titties?
Yeah. Well, I think they were like pasties and shit in the strip clubs and stuff, right? Don't they?
I have no idea.
I heard that down there that strip clubs are bottoms and pasties.
They have to wear it?
Apparently, because like I guess Bourbon Street and all that area. I'm sure there's other clubs not there, but like the ones.
I'm
by
not a
Bur-
big strip club
Yeah,
guy.
either am I. Like my boys.
I've never
love the
been to a
club.
strip
You've
Dude,
never been to a strip club?
Never been to a strip
I've only
club.
been
Are
to a
you
few.
kidding me?
This is
Never.
not my thing. Like
Never
I've been
in
with
my
Heather.
life.
Well, to be fair, he's been with Kate since
That's
they were
true.
like
Yeah, I
since
get
middle
it.
school,
Grade,
Yeah.
When I was with it when I'm with H&E now, they have like a little sales rally they do in Atlanta, and one of the guys came up to me. They're like, "Hey, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go to Magic City," and I was like, "Oh, Magic City?
That's Atlanta, right?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta."
Yeah.
So like Magic City's like the biggest,
Yeah, I've heard
one
of
of the
it.
biggest. It's I was like, I'll go. Like my wife's gonna be cool with that. It's like an experience. It's not more like a strip club. It's more of an experience
Right.
than it is anything else. And then I was like, hold on, you're the HR guy. Maybe I'm not going. Sorry, but
Tell my wife that.
He was testing you.
yeah, I'm not going with you. I'm gonna go to bed. I'll talk to you. Talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. He was like,
Yeah.
you want to go, Mike Lowwrrrryyyyyy?
Mike Lowwrrrryyyyyy. Yeah, we're gonna go. I'm sure we'll end up at one. I might hold back. Like I said, I don't have
I'm
the
not
money.
big. I'm
I
not
just
that.
honestly, it's like you have to spend. You don't have to spend a lot of money, but one, you're buying drinks because if I'm there, I'm gonna be drinking. Two, if you don't throw $1 every few minutes, you
I was just
start to
thinking
feel
of the
bad.
QR code we were talking about last
Yeah,
week.
like
again.
dude, yeah, like we were talking like if,
We were
if
like, just get a
Strippers have-
QR code
yeah,
tattooed
like
on their ass.
what if currency goes away? Like I said, it can't because
mean, it
strippers need their dollars. But it's like, are they just gonna have QR on their ass cheeks or like a card reader? You just tap it like on their cheek.
I'm sure there's somebody that has that already.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a
They
strip
got-
club that
there's
has
gotta
that
be.
here, Apple Pay.
Oh, yeah,
Just hit me
Cash
with the
App or
Apple
something.
Pay.
We went
for sure.
to we were in Philly for my boy Ben's
Yeah.
bachelor party years ago, and we were in this strip club, and this lady was like walking around, and she had like her panties, and she would like pull it forward and be like, "Want to tip the puss?" And I was like, "No, thank you." she just looked at me like so distraught. I was like, "No, thank you." She just walked away. But she was like fucked up, so it was like she was sloppy. I don't even know if she worked there. She might have just been showing people her pussy. Like,
Hey, you want to give me some money?
dude, she was
Take a little of
she's
this?
like, "You trying to tip the puss?" Like, no,
God.
no,
No,
thank
thanks.
you.
Can I have another drink?
Oh
Oh my god, that's terrible.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was like I said, and not all the strippers in there are baddies. Like our wives, like are always like thinking that like it's because of them. It's like no, I want to see every girl naked, but the strippers, they're not the best looking. There's some of them are like great, but they're not the best looking.
Chris, you gotta go to the strip club and see.
Yeah.
Chris is like,
You just have to
I
know
don't know what
that
the fuck you're talking
it's
about.
not
I've
what
never
you think.
been.
It's not what you think.
Never been.
Never
Yeah.
been. Don't plan on going.
It's definitely skeezier than you think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's pretty bad.
it's skeezy,
I'm sure.
but it's
It's like-
awesome at the same time. Like if you love watching people like.
Dude, that's a great
Like
place to watch people.
but not even just a stripper. So you'll be seeing the strippers like, damn, okay, and then
You'll see some old guy
Look
in
at
there.
that fucking guy. He doesn't move from the corner. He's just like
He's
sipping
like
the beer in the corner, and he's just like staring. Yeah.
He's looking like, which one am I going
my
to kidnap
oldest-
tonight?
If you go to the strip club by yourself, it's kind of sad.
That's weird.
yeah, it's weird.
kinda
That's
sad.
real weird. My oldest
It's
son just
sad.
turned 18. I was trying to get him to go to McDougal's. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I'll take you. Let's go. Like, we'll check it out. He's like, dude, I can't go. I'm like, my friends, if they ask me to go, I'll maybe go. I gotta
Yeah.
be in the mood. I'm like,
buy it.
I guess it was just me. Like, he doesn't want to go with me. Like, I
It's 'cause
get
it is.
it.
I mean, it's uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sure. That's the whole reason I wanted to take him. I
Yeah.
wanted him to be uncomfortable in front of me,
Yeah.
Right.
and having these girls kind of like coming on to him and stuff, and see how he reacted.
Yeah, because they
I
don't
just wanted
realize
to be an
it's-
asshole.
It's all for money. Those girls have like, I'm sure you're the one that they've been waiting for all night to just walk in, to just shower you with their love.
Yeah.
And I mean, for him being 18,
Yeah.
and for like girls of that nature to come up to him and like he would feel so awkward, and just seeing his face is what I wanted to see, and
Yeah.
just kind of like enjoying it.
Kids
Like,
don't have face-to-face interactions anymore. Like I said,
They
he's
don't.
18. He lived that whole life behind the screen. Like,
yeah, and he had COVID years when he was doing
main high school
teacher, like teacher, got school, like
Yeah.
he was doing high school.
Jeez.
His whole ninth grade year, so he went to a new school. We lived in Glen Burnie. He was going to Marley Middle School. So his first ninth grade year was at Chesapeake High School. He knew nobody. And he
Damn.
had to do his whole first year virtual. So when he went back to school, he still didn't know anybody, and he had to like
Right.
make all these new friends. So he was telling me, he's like, "I'm not making any new friends. I'm not. I have my friends at Marley. Those will be my friends. I don't want to make new friends." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, you're gonna make new
you
friends."
just haven't been in a social setting with him yet.
Yeah, and so like now he has all these friends. So we're like, I'm going to hang out with this person. I'm like, who? Who's that? And he's like, oh, he's my friend from school. I'm like, yeah, you thought we were having new friends. And he's like,
Yeah.
okay.
No new friends. No.
Does he want to go to college or anything? Or?
So he was doing plumbing in high school. He was doing like the VOTEC program
Yeah.
or whatever it's got. I don't think it's called VOTEC anymore. It's called something else.
I just seen a sign the other day hiring plumbers 80 to 130 grand a year.
Trade? That's where it's at.
Dude.
We talk about. So that's the thing. We talk about like a lot of things when you ask like what we talk about. And it's like hustle any way you can. College is for some, trade is for others.
Yeah, absolutely.
Neither's for some of them. Like
Right.
some people just figure it out.
Yeah, so he was, like I said, he was doing the plumbing thing for a little bit in high school. And when he got out of high school, he's like, I don't want to do the plumbing thing. I'm like, you don't want to do the plumbing thing? Or we just did this for 2 years. What do you mean you don't want to do the plumbing
You're a
thing?
great plumber, dude.
And I'm like, I think you should really pursue the plumbing thing. He's like, no, I want to do real estate. And I'm like, okay. I mean, that's a good thing. Maybe you get your real estate license on the side.
I was gonna say,
and still do the plumbing. He's like, no. I want to do the real estate. I want to own a duplex. I want to rent this side out, purchase this side. He's like, got a whole plan.
Oh, he's been watching Grant Cardone.
He's been Grant Cardone. Who knows what he's been watching? So he's been studying for his real estate license, and hopefully he's going to get his real estate license and become a realtor. I was like, dude, I know all these realtors.
Rates is going to drop.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was like, I'll get you in with a good company. Like, I know all these people, this, that, and the other. I'll hook you up. And he's like, all right. I was like, all right, just do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's his little grind that he's got going on, and he's super smart. Like,
so much money in real estate.
There's tons of money in real estate. As long as, and if you get in early like he's doing, think about all your friends that are going to buy homes.
Right.
Who are they going to go to?
100%.
They're going to go to him.
Right.
Because they know who he is. Everyone knows a realtor.
Right.
That's the kind of thing.
And then his pops knows the whole scam of how to get the leads.
Yeah.
I got him the leads.
And his grandfather can get you a good TV.
We got him covered.
Yeah.
He's straight.
We just got to find a few more things.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a good one for you.
All right.
If you could leave one message for every person to hear, what would your message be?
All right. So I would say just be humble to kind of everybody. You don't know what everyone's going through, and especially nowadays, like, there's a lot of stuff going on in people's lives, and you have no idea what's going on in your life versus somebody else's. And just be kind. Be kind to people.
Yeah.
Like, that's all. That's the big thing. Like,
Times are tough, guys. Be nicer.
Yeah, just be
Times are
nice.
tough. Be nice.
Oh, yeah.
Be nice.
Somebody's always got it worse than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you think everyone, like, for you yourself, you always think you got it bad. There's always somebody that's got it worse than you.
Oh, yeah.
And you have no idea what that person's home life is, what their situation is, what their finances are. You have no idea.
Right.
Just be nice.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, how hard is that?
Yeah. I agree.
That's
100%.
not a bad message. Yeah, not a bad
100%. All right, guys. Thanks for listening to Hustle and Speak Podcast. Tune in next week for a new episode.
Every Monday. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking us out.
Appreciate having me on, guys.
Have a
Yeah,
good night,
it's a lot,
Thanks,
man.
buddy.
Mike Lowwrrrryyyyyy.
Mike Lowwrrrryyyyyy out.
Yeah.